So you missed the 485 graduate visa. Maybe you edged out, maybe your course didn't qualify. Whatever the reason, it feels like the door just shut on you. But here's the thing, there is another road to permanent residency that a lot of people in your situation completely overlook. And today we are talking about exactly that, the skills in demand visa, Subclass 482, and how it leads to the permanent 186 visa. Let's get into it. The skills in demand visa, Subclass 482, is a temporary visa that allows an Australian employer to sponsor you to work for them in a skilled occupation. It replaced the old temporary skills shortage visa in December 2024, and it comes with a much clearer, more flexible pathway to permanent residence. Now the skills in demand visa has three streams: the core skills stream for occupations on the CSOL, the core skills occupation list, the specialist skills stream for high income earners above $141,210 a year with no occupation list restrictions at all, and the labor agreement stream for niche or regional arrangements negotiated directly with the government. Here is the big news. All three streams lead to permanent residency through the 186 visa, every single one. And if you are over 45, stay with me, because we are going to talk about exactly what options exist for you. So in simple terms, your employer sponsors you. You work in Australia in your skilled occupation, and you use that time to build toward permanent residency. You need just 1 year of relevant full-time work experience to qualify for the visa itself. That is down from 2 years under the old rules. And here is something that has changed. If you need to change employers during your time on the 482, you do not lose your accumulated time. Your progress carries with you. After working on your skills in demand visa for the required period, you become eligible to apply for permanent residency through the Subclass 186 Employer Nomination Scheme, specifically the Temporary Residence Transition Stream. Here is what you need to qualify for the 186 TRT. 2 years of full-time work in your nominated occupation, and that 2 years must fall within the 3 years immediately before you lodge your application. Now here is something important. Under the old rules, you had to stay with the same employer. That is no longer the case. If you change employers during your time on the 482, your accumulated work experience still counts. You do not lose your progress. But, and this is critical, your employer must hold active approved sponsorship during the entire time you are working for them. If your employer lets their sponsorship lapse, that period of work will not count toward your 2 years. This rule came into effect on the 29th of November 2025. Always make sure your employer sponsorship is current. A good migration agent will check this for you. Your nominating employer must be an approved sponsor, and they nominate you for permanent residency, a long-term commitment. You must be under 45 at the time you lodge the 186 application. But if you are over 45, there are specific official exemptions, and we are going to walk through every single one of them shortly. Health and character requirements apply standard across most Australian visas. Okay, let's talk about what happens if you are over 45. The standard rule is under 45 at the time you lodge your 186 application, but the Department of Home Affairs recognizes 4 official exemptions. Exemption 1, university lecturer or faculty head. Exemption 2, scientist, researcher or technical specialist. Exemption 3, regional medical practitioner with 2 years of experience. Exemption 4. And this is the one for the broadest group. As a 457 or 482 holder, you've worked in eligible employment for 2 of the last 3 years, earning at or above the Fair Work High Income threshold, currently $183,100. Now, if none of those apply, look at the labor agreement stream. Under a DAMA, the age limit can be raised to 50 or even 55. This depends on the specific agreement. You need expert advice to assess this properly. Now, this is where I want to be honest with you. The 186 backlog is real right now. The Department of Home Affairs is receiving a high volume of 186 TRT applications, and that has impacted processing time significantly. Non-accredited employer applications in metro areas are taking well over a year in many cases. However, if your employer is an accredited sponsor, processing is significantly faster. So if you have any choice in the matter, always prioritize working for an accredited sponsor. It makes a genuine difference to how quickly your PR comes through. I know what you are thinking. This sounds great, but how do I actually find an employer who will sponsor me? Here are 4 practical tips. 1. Target accredited sponsors. The Department of Home Affairs publishes a list of businesses that are already approved sponsors. Start your job search there. These employers already understand the process, are set up to hire sponsored workers, and as we just discussed, they will get your PR through faster. 2. Focus on shortage industries. Healthcare, construction, engineering, IT, aged care. These sectors genuinely need skilled workers and are far more open to sponsorship than industries without shortages. And if you are over 45, aged care and regional industries are especially worth targeting. Many of their labor agreements carry specific age concessions that standard visa pathways simply do not have. 3. Show your value first. You do not need to lead every job application with your visa situation. Get to the interview stage, demonstrate what you bring to the table, and then have the sponsorship conversation. The right employer will not be put off by it. 4. Get professional advice. AMAR, a registered migration agent, can help you understand exactly what an employer needs to do to sponsor you. Verify your employer's current sponsorship status. Identify whether a labor agreement or DAMA applies to your situation. Assess your age exemption eligibility if you are over 45. And map out the fastest possible road to your PR. This pathway has a lot of moving parts. The right agent makes all of them manageable. Missing the 485 is tough, but it is not the end of your Australian story. The skills in demand 482 to 186 pathway is a proven, legitimate road to permanent residency, and people in exactly your situation, whether you are 28 or 48, are successfully walking it right now. If you want to know whether this pathway works for your specific occupation, your age, and your situation, book a consultation with our team. The link is in the description below. We will map out your exact road to PR, no cost, no catch. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone else who is stuck after missing their 485. I'll see you next week. Take care.